Alright, hey everyone, this is the Gain Vlog number 1. We're going to call this Ask Justin. We're going to do 5 or 6 questions every week. You're going to send in your questions through Facebook, social media, or Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you want to do. I'm going to answer them here. We're going to try and keep this under 5 minutes. So I want to get to the first question. It was from Instagram, and it was, what is your favorite standing desk? I don't have a favorite one. I built my own, but I think that if you're unsure of where to start for one, that you can either stack books up on a table or a counter, or use a step stool. Like I've got this step stool here. I've got one of these at home that I use on my counter, and it's like perfect height. So play around with what you have first if you're unsure. And you don't need to buy the big fancy one with the electric motor that raises and lowers. Play around with some stuff first. Question number 2 from Cam is, my left glute is sore from intramural soccer and I'm stuck on a bus for 3 hours. What should I do? Obviously, if you weren't stuck on the bus, we'd get you rolling around on the softball and trying to dig in there and break some of that stuff up. But where you're stuck on the bus, an easy way that you can sneak some mobility in is just kind of the classic crossover your leg sitting position and push down on your leg from there, and that will help give you this stretch kind of on the outside of the hip. So that's a good option while you're stuck in the bus or in the car. Also a good one while you're at the office to sneak in some extra work throughout the day. Question number 3 from Kathy. Why are days off necessary? Does that mean 100% off or active recovery? Well, so days off are necessary because you get stronger, you improve, you get better. Not while you're actually working out or running. You get better while you recover from doing those activities when your body adapts. So making sure that you take time off, whether that's every week, every couple of weeks, going to be different for everybody. It's important to make sure that you give that body the rest so it gets the chance to adapt. As for totally off or active recovery, I always tend to lean towards the active recovery side of things. And I think exercises I classify as non-exercise physical activity. Things like going for a walk, going for an easy bike ride, things of that nature where it's not super strenuous or regimented, but more kind of making sure that you're moving around. I think moving is always better than not in terms of active recovery. Question number 4 from Nancy. I can't make it to the gym today. What should I do at home? So the best thing that you can do here is some of the body weight movements. If you've got push-ups, you can do push-ups. You can elevate your hands on some stairs. If you don't have floor push-ups, or do some eccentrics. Body weight squats. I really like high rep body weight squats. You can get some kind of conditioning cardiorespiratory effect there as well. If you do a couple sets of 20 body weight squats, or even like 30-second body weight squats and rest for a few seconds is a good way to do it. Think lunges, split squats, rear foot elevated split squats, any single leg thing, and then also planks and side planks and all the different variations there, also fair game. All right, on to question number 5. When is it okay to ice and take NSAIDs? For those of you that don't know, an NSAID is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, meaning Advil or ibuprofen. So I'm not a doctor here, and this video is way too short to explain some of this stuff, but what I'm going to do is say, do your homework on ibuprofen and ice, and how that may shut down the natural healing process by shutting off the inflammation that occurs and lets the cells kind of take care of that stuff on their own. Also, some of that stuff can kind of allow you to feel better and move through some pain where it might actually irritate the injury a little bit more. So do your homework, don't pop that stuff like candy, and just test your homework before you try that. Question number 6. What is a minimalist shoe? So, Harrison, will you grab me one? So this is like a super minimalist shoe. There's absolutely nothing to this. It's very floppy. And so what we look for is, what's the heel to toe differential? And here's another good one. This is a New Balance one. And I really like this one because you can see it really well. How much higher is the heel than the toe? And so we look for something that's very flat, so it allows your foot to act like a foot. We also want a wider toe box to let your feet spread out a little bit, because your toes should not always be touching each other. So Try some minimalist shoes out. The biggest thing people make here is that they jump right into it and then they blame the shoe for their feet hurting. Make sure that you ease into a minimalist style shoe. Don't jump right into it and wear it for 10 hours. I think a good starting point is get a pair for the gym, wear them for 3-4 hours a week until your feet get used to them, and build it up from there. And then I think you should spend most of your time in a minimalist style shoe. That is it for episode number 1, everybody. Thank you very much. Send your questions in the comments here on Facebook. Right now, we're going to shoot episode number 2 soon. So keep coming with the questions. Thanks, guys.